Hello everyone, Felipe here again, me here with Dania. We're going to continue with the defense and escapes and counters from bottom side control. This time we're in the gi. Start already everyone. Nice to see you. Moving the head, sideways, up and down. Circling the head everyone. Both sides. On. The other arm. And hips. Okay, everyone, lay down, please. And bridge, sometimes inside. And hip escape, sometimes inside, everyone. Turning the body to the right, stepping with the left foot, elevating the hip. Coming back, turning the body to the left, stepping with the right foot without using the hand, elevating the hip. Sometimes inside everyone, side, up with the hip. Same thing to the other side without using the hands, turning the hip. The Turkish get-up motion, so I want to push my opponent to the left, left elbow, left knee, drop on the floor, pushing my opponent to the direction of my knee, elevating the hip. I return to the same position. Now I want to turn my opponent to my right, so I'm going to drop my right elbow, right knee, bringing myself up, pushing my opponent to the other side. One side, and the other side. 10 times each side, everyone. We're going to add another exercise, everyone, that's going to be very helpful to the position that we did last class and to another one as well. What I want to do, everyone, is moving my hip without using arms or feet. I just want to pendle my leg from one side to the other side. Okay, people? So I just want to swing my legs around. You guys are probably going to see that you're going to start moving forward. I know that probably you don't have so much space, so you guys can go back with the hip escape, and here, same thing, swing the leg to one side, to the other side, okay? Just moving your hip forward, all right? Can do that also 10 times each side, okay, people? And as usual, rolling over the shoulder, landing on the knee, and rolling forward, or landing on the hip, and rolling forward, 5 times each side of the one, back and forth, whichever you want to choose. Let's move forward, people. Let's go. Okay, everyone, so repeating the exercise that we've been doing, basically hip escaping from here, which is going to be one of the most common escapes from side control. Then is here smashing me with the crossface. I want to first get some space by here bringing my hand under the chin, push the head away, block the hip. Then is on my left, so I hip escape to the right, place my shin so I can get my guard back. For the sake of the exercise, I'm going to let Dania pass my guard again. She pushes the leg. She's now back into with the crossface. We're just going to keep moving like this. Push the head, push the hip escape, shin in front of the hip, straighten my body, and we're just going to be playing like this. We're going to be doing this for 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes here on the other side. Okay, she passes, push the head, hip escape. Okay, and then we switch. Arms on the bottom, goes to the top, and you do the same 1.5 minutes on one side, 1.5 minutes on the other side. Here you go. Oh. Okay, that's the guard. Just keep going like this. Okay, let's move forward to the next one, people. And the other one, working with the underhook, people. So I'm gonna start on Dania's side with the crossface. Same thing, she's gonna push my head away. She's going to bring her hand here next to the foot, here between my legs, next to the foot that's close to the hip. She's gonna turn the hip and use her foot to trap my foot to stop me from moving. On the same side, she gets in on the hook, brings herself up, and now we're in the dog fight. She blocks my leg, she circles my hip, bringing me down, and I'm going to do the same to her. Right? I push the head, I push the foot, trap her foot, getting me on the hook, and bringing myself up in the dog fight. Block her leg, circle the hip, and now I'm going to be on her side, and we're just going to be switching positions like this. Like I said, we've seen this position before. I explained in the first class in which we'll work with defense from side control. Check that out if you need more details. Just switching positions between you. 2 minutes on one side, then you guys switch and do 2 minutes on the other side, and then we can move forward to the other positions. Let's go, people. Okay, everyone. So now we're gonna work with some variations from the side control, okay, that we sometimes see it happen. Okay, the first variation that we're gonna work is when this happens a lot when I start getting this distance here. My opponent is gonna switch her stance and she's going to have this situation going on, okay? Then I chose to do this so she can recover the position, but as soon as I have this scenario right here, I wanna get advantage of this position because now when she turns here over my hip, she's still leaning forward, all right? Bring your shoulder forward, but at the same time, it is a little bit better for me now. Okay, because I can now elevate my shoulder. So what I can do, I can start keeping, I just want to keep the distance here between the head. So I want to keep my forearm pushing her head here. And now, this is what is going to be the important thing. This hand that is here, I'm going to pummel and I'm going to bring over her bicep and I'm going to extend. I want to have this scenario going on. So now, people, we're going to have two situations happening. If I feel that Dania's hip is above the floor, okay, not flat on the floor, but a little bit above, all right, I'm going to just use this grip that I have, and we're going to use the Turkish get-up motion, and I'm just going to keep pushing her to the side, and I'm going to end up on the side control position, okay? So again, come back to the cross face. Right, so I was here with Dania. I started pushing her head. She changed her base. I keep pushing her head. She's trying to get close to me in a way, but I just want to keep this distance. This hand, I'm gonna pummel, so I'm gonna bring under the armpit. I wanna bring my hand here, monkey grip, okay people, fingers together, and I'm gonna start pushing her bicep with my arm extended. In here, everyone, if the hip is up, again, I can feel that her pressure is over my chest, on my belly. I just done this on my left. I'm just going to drop my elbow and knee, and I'm gonna start pushing her to the side and end up on top. What happens a lot of the time, as Dania realizes that she's about to be turned, she's gonna drop her hip all the way down, okay? And now, how I'm gonna realize this? There's no pressure on my belly anymore. Her hip is low. So if this happens, I'm gonna still come up, but to the other side. Dania is on my left, I'm going to hip escape to the right, and this leg here is going to go under the other one. I'm gonna keep pushing her down, bringing myself up, and I'm gonna have, again, the side control. Okay, so basically, she's gonna tell me to which direction I'm gonna bring her, okay? If the hip is up, I push her to the other side. If her hip is down, I hip escape, leg under the other leg, I bring myself up, and I'm gonna be on the top position, right? So one more time. I'm here with Dania, cross face, push the head, she switches the base, I pummel, push the bicep, fingers together. Dania is with her hip up, so drop the elbow in the knee, I'm gonna keep pushing the bicep until I land on side control. Push the head, she switches base, I push the bicep, I try to turn, then it drops the hip. Now, I'm gonna hip escape to the opposite side, leg under the other leg, I bring myself up, and I'm on side control. The opposite way is gonna work the same. If I'm here with Danya, she switches the base. If I try to hip escape and she realizes that I'm coming up, I'm just gonna turn to the other side and drop her, okay? Those two positions are always gonna work together. In the end, you're gonna end up on top and you're gonna be working from side control. What is important is to connect those two, okay everyone? So try to find this, how can I say, this conscience of where your opponent's weight is so you can best apply this position. But basically, your opponent's heavy on you, push your opponent to the other side. Your opponent became lighter, that means that the hip is on the floor, push your opponent to the same side where your opponent is, because your opponent cannot bring him or herself up, okay? And let's go to the north-south, everyone, let's see. Okay, everyone, so situation that we see happening a lot is Dani is here on my side control, and a lot of the times as I try to escape, or Dani for herself managed to go to the north-south position so she can get a little bit further away from my hip. This is a very uncomfortable situation to be in, okay everyone? It is hard to escape from here, but we still have some options, okay? So I'm gonna show the most simple one and the most effective one, okay? So basically we're gonna use the move that we saw in the solo drills, all right? But first of all, what I want to do is control my opponent's hip. So I'm gonna have both thumbs pointing down and I'm gonna start pushing her hip up. I'm not gonna be able to actually get any distance here. The only thing that I wanna do from here is to stop Danya from moving forward with the hip. All right, so now as I'm pushing her hip up, I'm gonna start lifting my legs and I'm gonna start swinging from one side to the other side, to the other side. As soon as I feel far away enough, what I'm going to do, I am looking to my left. So if I'm looking to my left, I'm gonna swing my hip all the way to the right until I bring my knee in, I'm back into the guard, I can retain my position, and we're gonna keep working from here, okay? So very important, people, if you're looking at one direction, in the end, when you wanna get the guard, when you've had enough distance, you're gonna swing your leg to the left side, okay? Looking to the right, swing the leg to the left. You're looking to the left, swing the leg to the right.
One easy way to remember that, because you don't want to put your knee in your face. So you
It's a good way to put it. So let's show it in this scenario right here. So Danya has the north-south position. All right, first thing that I want to do is push her hips. So thumbs pointing down. I'm going to stop her hip and I'm going to start swinging my leg from one side to the other side so I can get enough space. Now that I feel that I get enough space, I'm going to first swing the leg until I can see my foot. And here I'm looking to my right. So I'm going to swing my leg to the left, replace my guard, and we're going to start from here. Okay? Very important, everyone. As we've been talking about, this requires some urgency. You're defending. It is a very difficult position to escape. So make sure, guys, that when you're doing this, add some explosiveness to it, okay? Swing, swing, swing. When you come back at once so your opponent cannot have any opportunity to keep the control, okay? Let's train, everyone. Okay, people, so this is going to be the last time that we're going to be doing this drill with each other, all right? Next class, we're going to start with side control from the bottom. And as we've been doing, people, this time, focusing solely on the side control, okay? Try not to transit to other positions. I'm gonna be here on side control, trying to attack Danya, trying to get the control of the arm. Danya's trying to escape, to defend, okay? Good for her, she escaped, she placed the guard back. We start over, we're gonna switch sides, so I can keep this more dynamic. I'm gonna keep the pressure, I'm gonna be attacking her, trying to get a position, moving to the other side. She's trying to escape, swinging the leg. She puts the guard back, good for her, okay? So people on top, trying to keep her position, trying to get a submission. People on the bottom, trying to defend and trying to come up. If you guys can end up on top, that's also a great situation. All right? Just make sure you practice this. Want to see everybody with a really sharp side control once we're back. Okay, guys? And we see each other next class, starting now with the half guard, my favorite position. So I'm gonna have a bit of fun working with that. Okay? Add some extra rolls to it, starting from side control just to keep the position going. Be careful, everyone. Have a great time. I'm gonna see you guys soon. Bye-bye.